What's up, the Comic Coalition here for another video for you guys today. Oh man, oh man. I just got done watching The Mandalorian episode 3. I couldn't even wait until I got home and got comfortable for me to review it. I wanted to go ahead and give my thoughts like right now. So therefore, here I am reviewing Mandalorian episode 3 in the car on my way home in mid-traffic. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up right now, because that is an amazing feat. If you could double task and do YouTube videos while driving, you deserve a thumbs up. But anyway, episode 3. I believe it was called The Sin. Directed by the lady who's supposed to be helming the Obi-Wan series that's coming soon. I'm not sure of her name. I don't want to mispronounce it. And I don't know like what bodies of work she has done. But she knocked it out with episode 3. There will be spoilers. I'm going to go ahead and hop into spoilers right now. So if you haven't seen the episode, click off this video and come back. But yeah, right off the bat, this episode does a great job at humanizing the Mandalorian, which is something I talked about in one of my past reviews for, I think, episode 2. I came into the series thinking that he was just going to be this cold, badass type of dude. And don't get me wrong, he's badass and he's cold-hearted, he's cold-blooded, as Rick James might say. But he's got a heart. He's still got a heart. When it comes to Boba Fett and Jango Fett, for the most part over the years, we never knew too much about the characters, and we always kind of viewed them as soulless and heartless, just bounty hunters, you know. I never thought, or at least in my opinion, I never thought of them as being human. Not in the literal sense, but I never thought they would show many emotions, you know. And this episode is all about guilt, and all about him feeling guilty, because what I didn't want to happen, my girlfriend's sitting right next to me. We see him, and it's clear to us that he's taking Baby Yoda back to the people for the bounty. And we're just sitting there like, no! Please! Please! Don't do this! But yeah, we're going like, no, man, please do not take that baby back. I mean, I know you're a Mandalorian. I know you're supposed to be cold-hearted and cold-blooded, man, but no. Do not return the baby for the money or for the medals or whatever. Do not do it. Do not do it. He does it. He does it. Which I believe makes the episode better right then and there. Because if he didn't do it to begin with, if he didn't take the baby back to begin with, then it wouldn't have really showed much for his character. I mean, I wanted to see that he was at battle with himself. He was fighting himself on this one. The biggest enemy biggest enemy for this episode really was himself. The struggles within himself. Does he take the baby back for the bounty? This, that, and the third. Now, offer up when he drops the baby off, you could tell that this isn't like all the other bounties. And the guys are kind of looking at him. The guy's kind of looking at him like, you know, because he seems to care a little too much. And I think he asked, like, what are you going to do with the child? And I mean, I'm not going to quote anything because I can't remember the exact words, but basically it was said like, you know, this is a bounty. You're not supposed to be asking any questions. This is against the code. We don't get down like this. And if you, if anybody, knows that we don't get down like this, because you're one of the most badass bounty hunters in the galaxy, you know, and you know, we don't ask bounty hunters in the galaxy, you know, and you know, we don't ask questions. You drop off the bounty and you're gone. But he showed some concern, like what's going to happen with this baby, which is a question we all want to know. Of course, they don't tell him anything. I'm thinking, you know what? As soon as he didn't tell him what's going to happen with the baby, he's going to pull out the blasters and just start going ham right then and there. But he didn't, which was good. You know, you see him go back, get another bounty, and do a few things. Talk to Carl Weathers' character And you can see that he's just struggling. He even asked Carl Weathers, what's up with the baby? What are they going to do with the baby? And Carl Weathers looks at him like, I don't know what they're going to do with it. But also, like, you don't need to be asking this question. What the hell is wrong with you? You got one of the biggest payouts we've ever seen. Don't ask no questions. Mandalorian goes and tries to get in his ship. He cannot leave. He has to go back for that baby. He had to. And right then and there, I knew that I fell in love with this character. Because he's not good nor bad. I mean, you may view him as a good guy, but I wouldn't say that he's a good guy. And you might say he was a bad guy, but I don't view him as all the way bad. If he went back for that baby and he cared about that baby, even though he knew it might risk things with him, So, I consider him right in the middle, which always serves for the more interesting character, in my opinion. I mean, he owed little baby Yoda one. He owed him one. He saved your life. It's time for you to save his. And that adorable look that he gave the Mandalorian, like, it's just, oh my God. We need some Baby Yoda merch. I heard it's on the way. But yeah, back to the episode at hand. Goes back for the Yoda. As soon as that happens, I'm like, oh yeah. I see where they're going with this. He's about to John Wick it, basically. And sure enough, bam, gets the Baby Yoda, goes ham on a bunch of stormtroopers, kills a ton of stormtroopers, which I was really excited about because I wasn't too sure if we're going to see too much stormtrooper action in this series. But yeah, we got to see some stormtroopers in action, and we got to see them get their ass whooped and miss a lot of shots. Although I do think one shot landed from a stormtrooper, so that's probably the best aiming stormtrooper out there. Definitely a good marksman. But runs through the whole little whatever, I guess, the little imperial outhold they got going on. Runs through all the stormtroopers, gets to Baby Yoda, and then the little bingers that they had for the Baby Yoda, you just see bing, all their little bingers going off, which all lets them know, like, hey, the hunt's back on, the bounty is back on for this Baby Yoda. And right then and there, I'm thinking this is just like John Wick. Not in a bad way, but in a badass, this is awesome. All the bounty hunters across the galaxy are about to be coming for this bounty and coming for the Mandalorian. So, he's trying to walk back to the town. He's trying to get to his ship. You see just bounty hunters on top of bounty hunters on top of bounty hunters coming at him. He's making slight work of him, knocking them out, shooting them, this, that, and third, vaporizing them. You got Carl Weathers, who had the throwback of Because I'm Your Only Hope in there. I hope you guys noticed that. I know if you're a Star Wars fan, you had to see that. Another thing I liked about the episode was when he went back after getting the bounty. Before he went and saved the Baby Yoda, how he went to like the Mandalorian little outpost and talked to the lady who was making the armor, and he got into like a fight with another Mandalorian. I liked how no one tried to break it up or anything like that. They just let him have at it. It was pretty cool. So that scene definitely set it up to where I never in a million years would have thought that the Mandalorian were going to come and save him at the end of the episode. And at the end of the episode, we get to see so many Mandalorians in action. They're flying around in jetpacks. They're just going ham. Big blasters. They go ahead and help the Mandalorian out, and the Mandalorian gets away and whatnot. But I love that there were so many different designs and stuff for the Mandalorians. I thought that shit was pretty dope as well. But all in all, I think this might have been my favorite episode of the series so far, but it's really just hard to say right now because all of it almost feels like just one big movie split into separate parts. But it didn't disappoint. It definitely didn't disappoint. It's right up there with episode 2, if not better. There's only two things that I disliked about this. Was at one point the Mandalorian was like surrounded by stormtroopers. How's he gonna get away? What is he gonna do? Well, he shot little missiles out of his glove, and they all flew around and killed the stormtroopers one by one. I felt like that was kind of too Iron Man-ish for Star Wars, for me. Also, at the very end, after he gets away, after the Mandalorians help him and everything, He's flying away, and then a Mandalorian flies next to his ship and gives him like a salute, like while flying on a jetpack, looking like the Rocketeer. I also felt like that was too Iron Man-ish to me. So there was two things in this episode that had to do with the Mandalorians that was like, I don't know if I want my Mandalorians to be badass and have some weapons and be able to do some cool stuff, but I don't want my Mandalorians necessarily doing that. So I hope they don't go too far with stuff like that, because I don't want to see them jetpacking along ships, flying like Iron Man. I don't want to see them getting out of situations with like nanotech and crazy stuff like that. But other than that, I thought the episode was very solid. I definitely enjoyed it. Cannot wait for episode 4. I didn't discuss every little thing that happened in this episode. That's why you need to watch it. But I definitely hit on some of the few things that I felt like were most important. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And hopefully next time I watch The Mandalorian, I won't be so thirsty and thirsty to review it, and I can actually get home, settled, and chill instead of reviewing it while I'm driving and my mind's going all over the place. But I just had to go ahead and talk about it right now. But anyways, you have a good day, YouTube.